Helmet, and you are listening to Damn Good Movie Memories, even though good is dumb.
Welcome to Damn Good Movie Memories with your host, Brian Davis. This podcast is the cure for your long commute and super boring workday.
There it is, planet Druidia. And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air. We must get through that air shield.
We will, sir. Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Druidia and saving planet Spaceball.
Everybody got that?
Spaceballs, the movie.
Princess Vespa spaceship within range, sir. Good.
What's going on? It's either the 4th of July or someone's trying to kill us!
Now we will show her who is in charge of this galaxy.
If you do not give me the combination to the air shield, Dr. Slotkin will give your daughter back her old nose!
No! Only one man and his trusted companion can save planet Druidia from disaster.
Okay, Eagle 5, coming in.
Lone Star.
First, they must learn the secrets of yogurt.
Yogurt? I am the keeper of a greater magic.
The Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Avoid capture on a distant planet.
Tell them to comb the desert, you hear me? Comb the desert!
Found anything yet? We ain't found...
Battle the entire Spaceball army.
My hair! He shoved my hair!
Holy!
And escape the clutches of Dark Helmet.
I see your Schwartz is as big as mine.
Abandon ship! Proceed to escape pods!
What the hell's the matter with this seatbelt?
When does this happen in the movie?
Give me ball!
Spaceballs, the movie.
How do I know you're not making faces at me under that thing?
Hey there, it's Brian Davis, and for this week's episode, we're going to cover the movie Spaceballs from 1987. The studio was MGM, the release date was June 24th, 1987. The running time, 96 minutes, and was rated PG. The budget was $23 million, and the box office took in $38 million, making it the 31st ranked movie of 1987. Roger Ebert at the time gave it a 2.5 out of 4 stars. Here's his review. Did Mel Brooks make Spaceballs to celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Star Wars saga? Last month, we celebrated the first decade of George Lucas's great entertainment, and now here is Brooks' satire, complete with Dark Helmet and Pizza the Hut. I enjoyed a lot of the movie, but I kept thinking I was at a revival. The strangest thing about Spaceballs is that it should have been made several years ago, before our appetite for Star Wars satires had been completely exhausted. Brooks' first features, The Producers and The 12 Chairs, told original stories. Since then, he has specialized in movie satires. His targets included Frankenstein, Hitchcock, westerns, silent movies, and historical epics. I usually find a few very big laughs and a lot of smaller ones in his movies, but the earlier ones are stronger than his most recent films, and I keep wishing Brooks would satirize something current and tricky, like the John Hughes teenage films, instead of picking on old targets. With Spaceballs, he has made the kind of movie that really didn't need a Mel Brooks. In bits and pieces, one way or another, this movie has already been made over the last 10 years by countless other satirists. The movie's dialogue is constructed out of funny names, puns, and old jokes. Sometimes it's painfully juvenile. But there are some great visual gags in the movie. And the best is Pizza the Hut, a creature who roars and cajoles while cheese melts off his forehead and big hunks of pepperoni slides down its jowls. I don't know. How do you really review a movie like this anyway? I guess by saying whether you laughed or not. I did laugh, but not enough to recommend the film. I keep waiting for Mel Brooks to do something really great, instead of these machine-made satires, where 3/4 of the invention goes into the special effects technology. As a producer of other people's movies, Brooks had an amazing track record. His company made Elephant Man, My Favorite Year, Francis, and The Fly. But Brooks' intelligence and taste seems to switch off when he makes his own films, and he aims for broad, dumb comedy. Jokes about names with dirty double meanings are his big specialty. Maybe the reason Spaceballs isn't better is that he was deliberately aiming low, going for the no-brainer satire. What does he really think about Star Wars or anything else for that matter? Brooks got his start as a writer for Sid Caesar, and sometimes he still seems to be writing for early 1950s television. He is smarter than his films, and sometimes that translates into a feeling that he underestimates his audiences. He is potentially a great comedy director. In 1987, he shouldn't be making Star Wars satires. May the Schwartz help him realize his potential already. And that's the end of Ebert's review. So I remember seeing Spaceballs at the drive-in when it was first released. And my parents took my friend and I to see this, and while we both enjoyed the movie, I think we missed a majority of the jokes and gags. I definitely missed the "She Gives Great Helmet" line from Rick Moranis' character Dark Helmet. All right, let's get into the making of the film. So according to Mel Brooks, in his always delightful and hilarious way, he was looking for another genre to destroy. And what better genre to spoof than sci-fi films, and in particular Star Wars? And of course, there was nothing but money to be made satirizing George Lucas and Star Wars. As Ebert mentioned, Brooks had already lampooned westerns with Blazing Saddles and classic horror with Young Frankenstein. He did silent movies and then the suspense thrillers in the Hitchcock vein. Brooks had an absolute blast writing Spaceballs, with writers Ronnie Graham and Thomas Meehan. The original title of the script was Planet Moron, but they heard there was a British film called Moron from Outer Space, so the title was changed to Spaceballs. While Brooks knew the film had to be ridiculous, it also had to have a fairy tale element to give the film some heart. Brooks sent the script to George Lucas to make sure he was okay with what he was doing, and Lucas, to his credit, had no problems with Brooks' ideas, as he was a fan of Brooks' most famous work. Plus, ILM did all of the post-production work on Spaceballs, which was owned by Lucas. Brooks was thrilled to have spontaneous comedic actors like John Candy and Rick Moranis, who would often have ideas about their characters, and Brooks loved their input. And both actors added moments that weren't written in the script. For example, the hilarious scene where Dark Helmet is playing with his dolls, that was all Rick Moranis' idea. As a matter of fact, it was Moranis who suggested John Candy for the role of Barf, as they had a long history working together from their days on SCTV. Candy wanted to be made up as his half-man, half-dog character, but to Brooks' credit, he also knew that people really wanted to see Candy's face because he's instantly recognizable. So instead of covering him all up, they just gave him dog ears and a patch around his eye and a tail. This way, he was made up but still essentially looked like the John Candy everyone knew and loved. Brooks had seen Bill Pullman in his film debut, which was 1986's Ruthless People, where he had a small but funny role. Brooks liked Pullman in the film, and then they saw him perform at a small play and loved his performance and his acting chops, and then they hired him to play the lead of Lone Star. For Daphne Zuniga, Brooks had seen her co-star with John Cusack in The Sure Thing, which was directed by Rob Reiner. Now, Zuniga wasn't sure she could play slapstick, but Brooks wanted her to play everything straight, because that's where the comedy is. It's sort of like how Airplane had all those serious actors saying ridiculous things, because that's where the comedy always lies. For the character of Dot Matrix, the voice is, of course, Joan Rivers, but the actual person in the suit is Lorraine Yarnell, who was part of a mind group with her then-husband Robert Shields. For Rivers, all of her work was done once the film was already shot, and she never actually interacted with any of the main cast, but Brooks knew Rivers for many years and asked her to write some jokes for the voice of Dot because she had the comedic timing necessary for the role. Brooks mentioned it's always tricky with his style of comedy. While most of it's timeless, he realizes that he's 50 or 60 years older than his audience sometimes. So certain comedic cliches that he's lived through all of his life may not always hit with young people. But thankfully, back in the 70s and 80s, kids seem to have a better sense of history than today's 15-second ADD TikTok video culture. While Brooks loved directing the actors, he did not particularly enjoy playing the character of Yogurt, as he had to perform the entire time on his knees to keep the illusion of being small. His knees were killing him the entire time. Also, the gold paint and contact lenses led to rashes and irritation, but the laughs are always worth it, according to Brooks. All right, let's get into the film. So it opens just like the regular Star Wars with the following message. Once upon a time warp, in a galaxy very, 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 very far away, there lived a ruthless race of beings known as Spaceballs. Chapter 11. The evil leaders of planet Spaceball, having foolishly squandered their precious atmosphere, have devised a secret plan to take every breath of air away from their peace-loving neighbor, planet Druidia. Today is Princess Vespa's wedding day. Unbeknownst to the princess, but knownst to us, danger lurks in the stars above. If you can read this, you don't need glasses. We then see a giant spaceship, which is Spaceball 1, which by design for comedic effect, takes forever to pan across. The bumper sticker at the end of Spaceball 1 says, "We break for nobody." We are then introduced to Colonel Sanders, played by George Weiner. His character name is, of course, a takeoff from the famous Kentucky Fried Chicken founder, but the actual character is based on Peter Cushing's original character of Grand Moff Tarkin in Star Wars. Then we meet the ruler of all the Spaceballs, Dark Helmet, played by Rick Moranis. Of course, it's hilarious seeing a very tiny man in a giant helmet on his head to be introduced.
I can't breathe in this thing!
We're approaching planet Druidia, sir.
Good. I'll call Spaceball City and notify President Scroob immediately.
I already called him, sir. He knows everything.
What? You went over my helmet?
Well, not exactly over, sir. More to the side. I'll always call you first. It'll never happen again. Never, ever. Oh, shit. No. Please. No, not that.
Yes, that.
Sanders!
Sir!
I don't see planet Druidia. Where is it?
We don't have visual contact yet, sir, but we have it on the radar screen. Shall I punch it up for you?
Never mind. I'll do it myself.
Very good, sir.
What's the matter with this thing? What's all that churning and bubbling? You call that a radar screen?
No, sir. We call it Mr. Coffee. Care for some?
Yes! I always have coffee when I watch radar. You know that.
Of course I do, sir.
Everybody knows that.
Of course we do, sir!
Now that I have my coffee, I'm ready to watch radar. Where is it?
Right here, sir.
Switch to teleview. There it is, planet Druidia. And underneath the air shield, 10,000 years of fresh air. We must get through that air shield.
We will, sir. Once we kidnap the princess, we can force her father, King Roland, to give us the combination to the air shield, thereby destroying planet Druidia and saving planet Spaceball.
Everybody got that? Good. When will the princess be married?
Within the hour, sir.
Well, I hope it's a long ceremony, because it's gonna be a short honeymoon.
Hot! Too hot!
Anytime someone eats food or drinks that is way too hot, I often do the Dark Helmet voice. Too hot! Also, since it was a visual gag, the Spaceball soldier who went over Dark Helmet's helmet had his balls fried by Dark Helmet's ring, which is the equivalent of the Force. Meanwhile, on planet Druidia, the spoiled Princess Vespa, played by Daphne Zuniga, and her best friend Dot Matrix, of course voiced by Joan Rivers, they're getting ready for her wedding ceremony. Vespa is based on Princess Leia, and Dot Matrix is based on C-3PO. And the name, of course, is based on a printer name from back in the day. Vespa's father, King Roland, is played by Dick Van Patten. Vespa is married to Prince Valium, played by Jim J. Bullock, who you'll best known as Monroe from the TV series Too Close from Comfort. Valium is a dud, often near sleep at all times. Vespa has no desire for Valium and becomes the runaway bride as she takes Dot and escapes before being married. We then meet two mercenaries traveling in their space Winnebago. It's Lone Star, played by Bill Pullman, and his sidekick Barf, played by John Candy. And they're listening to Bon Jovi, specifically the song Raise Your Hands. Lone Star is supposed to be a combo of Luke Skywalker and Han Solo, while Barf, of course, is Chewbacca. Lone Star and Barf are in financial trouble, and they owe Pizza the Hut a bunch of money. Pizza the Hut is voiced by Dom DeLuise, and of course is based on Jabba the Hutt.
Barf! What can I do you for, boss? Grab myself a snack. You want some?
No.
A little hair of the dog?
No, listen, answer that thing for me. What's that?
Oh, sorry. I'll just throw her on audio here. That way they won't see you. Hello.
Hello, Lone Star.
Sorry, wrong switch.
Hello, Vinny. What do you want?
No. It's not what I want. It's what he wants.
Pizza the Hut!
Well, if it isn't Lone Star and his sidekick, Puke.
That's Barf.
Barf, Puke, whatever. Where's my money?
Don't worry, Pizza. You'll have it by next week.
No. I gotta have it by tomorrow.
100,000 space bucks? By tomorrow?
100,000? Ha! No way. You forgot late charges, which brings it up to 1 million space bucks.
1 million? That's unfair.
Unfair to the payor, but not to the payee. But you're gonna pay it, or else.
Or else what?
Tell him, Vinny.
Or else Pizza is gonna send out for you. You're delicious.
Ciao, boys.
By the way, Vinny, who is Pizza's henchman, is based on Max Headroom, who, if you lived in the 80s, was a popular futuristic AI-generated personality. We then go to Spaceball City, where we meet President Scroob, played by Mel Brooks. After a beaming mishap where the president's body becomes reversed and he complains about his large ass, we get his common greeting, which is Hail Scroob, which is giving the up yours sign with your arms. The president orders Dark Helmet and his men to capture the princess in order to hold her for ransom, in order to obtain all of the air from planet Druidia.
Princess Vespa spaceship within range, sir.
Good. Fire a warning shot across her nose.
What's going on? It's either the 4th of July or someone's trying to kill us!
Hey, I don't have to put up with this. I'm rich.
What are you doing?
I'm calling my father. 1-800-DRUIDIA.
Careful, you idiot! I said across her nose, not up it!
Sorry, sir. I'm doing my best.
Who made that man a gunner?
I did, sir. He's my cousin.
Who is he?
He's an asshole, sir.
I know that. What's his name?
That is his name, sir. Asshole. Major asshole.
And his cousin?
He's an asshole, too, sir. Gunner's mate, first class, Philip Asshole.
How many assholes we got on this ship, anyhow?
Yo!
I knew it. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Keep firing, assholes!
Of course, the assholes are all cross-eyed. King Roland reaches out to Lone Star to save his daughter. At first, they don't want to get involved. However, when the king offers to pay them any price, they of course agree, because now they can pay off their debt to Pizza the Hut. To save Vespa's vehicle from the clutches of Spaceball 1, Lone Star and Barf jam their radar, in which they quite literally send a huge jar of raspberry jam crashing into the satellite. The satellite operator is played by the great voice man, Michael Winslow. You'll remember him from Police Academy, and he has a great cameo.
Sir?
What is it?
Can I talk to someone, please, sir?
Well,
I'm trying to hear, sir.
you don't need that, Private. We're right here. Now, what is it?
I'm trying to hear, sir.
Now what is it?
I'm having trouble with the radar, sir.
What's wrong with it?
I've lost the bleeps, I've lost the sweeps, and I've lost the creeps.
The what? The what? And the what?
You know, the bleeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
That's not all he's lost.
Sir, the radar, sir. It appears to be jammed.
Jammed. Raspberry. There's only one man who would dare give me the raspberry. Lone Star!
Moranis is so good. But now it's time to say Princess and Dot.
What was that? Never mind that. What was that?
Hi!
Who are you?
Barf!
Not in here, mister. This is a Mercedes.
Nah, that's my name. Barf.
Barf? What are you?
I'm a Mog. Half man, half dog. I'm my own best friend.
What do you want?
Your father hired Captain Lone Star and me to save you. Come on, we gotta hop up this ladder and get out of here.
Good, quick. Hurry, darling. Follow the dog.
Mog. I'm a Mog.
Wait, what about my matched luggage?
Hey, stop looking at my can.
Sorry.
Checking in? What the hell is all that?
It's Her Royal Highness's matched luggage!
What?
Her Royal Highness's matched luggage!
Oh, matched luggage, huh? What she think this is, a princess cruise?
Well, she wouldn't go without it.
Oh, yeah? Now hear this. The minute we get out of here, the first thing we do is dump the matched luggage.
What was that?
Now you hear this, whoever you are. You will not touch that luggage. And furthermore, I want this pigsty cleaned up. I will not be rescued in such filth.
Listen, on this ship, I don't take orders, I give them. This is my dream boat, sweetheart.
Sweetheart? Uh-oh. How dare you speak to me that way? You will address me in the proper manner as your Royal Highness. I am Princess Vespa, daughter of Roland, king of the Druids.
Oh, that's all we needed. A Druish princess.
Funny. She doesn't look Druish.
Great line. Back on Spaceball 1, Dark Helmet is none too pleased about not capturing the princess.
Now we will show her who is in charge of this galaxy. Hold it. I'll handle this personally.
Jawohl, Lord Helmet.
So, Princess Vespa, you thought you could outwit the imperious forces of planet Spaceball. Well, you were wrong. You are now our prisoner, and you will be held hostage until such time as all of the air is transferred from your planet to ours.
She's not in there.
Radar repaired, sir. We're picking up the outline of a Winnebago.
Winnebago? Lone Star.
Lone Star!
Uh-oh. Here comes the bad year blimp.
We'd better get out of here in a hurry.
Switch to secret hyperjets.
Switching to secret hyperjets.
Buckle up back there. We're going into hyperactive.
We're closing in on them, sir. In less than a minute, Lone Star will be ours.
Good. Prepare to attack.
Prepare to attack!
On the count of 3. 1, 2... Wait! What happened? Where are they?
I don't know, sir. They must have hyperjets on that thing.
And what do we got on this thing? A Cuisinart?
No, sir.
We'll find them, catch them!
Yes, sir. Prepare ship for light speed.
No, light speed is too slow.
Light speed too slow?
Yes, we're gonna have to go right to ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed? Sir, we've never gone that fast before. I don't know if the ship can take it.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Prepare ship! Prepare ship for ludicrous speed. Fasten all seatbelts. Seal all entrances and exits. Close all shops in the mall. Cancel the 3-ring circus. Secure all animals in the zoo.
Give me that, you petty excuse for an officer. Now hear this. Ludicrous speed.
Sir, hadn't you better buckle up?
Now buckle this. Ludicrous speed. Go!
Hell was that?
Spaceball 1.
They've gone to plaid.
We passed them! Stop this thing!
We can't stop. It's too dangerous. We've got to slow down first.
Bullshit! Just stop this thing! I order you! Stop!
Help you, sir.
Are you all right, sir?
Fine. How have you been?
Fine, sir.
Good.
It's a good thing you were wearing that helmet.
Yeah?
What should we do now, sir?
Well, are we stopped?
We're stopped, sir.
Good. Well, why don't we take a 5-minute break?
Very good, sir.
Smoke if you got 'em.
By the way, Lone Star's bumper sticker is I Heart Uranus. By the way, the phases of those speeds are light, ridiculous, and ludicrous. After taking a header into the control panel, Dark Helmet is almost transformed into the character of Lewis in Ghostbusters. But Lone Star isn't home free yet, though, as his Winnebago runs out of gas and they have to do an emergency landing in the desert. After they crash into the desert, Lone Star and Vespa finally meet and are surprised that neither looks unattractive. However, both are stubborn and set in their ways. Lone Star demands that Vespa only takes what she needs to survive, which ends up being most of her belongings. After leaving their industrial-sized hairdryer behind, they continue with their journey. So back on Spaceball 1...
Have you found them yet?
No, Lord Helmet. They're still not on the scanner.
Well, keep looking for them.
Pardon me, sir. I have an idea. Corporal, get me the video cassette of Spaceballs the movie.
Yes, sir.
Producers, 12 chairs, blazing cells, young Frankenstein.
Colonel Sanders, may I speak with you, please?
Yes, sir.
How can there be a cassette of Spaceballs the movie? We're still in the middle of making it.
Oh, that's true, sir. But there's been a new breakthrough in home video marketing.
There has?
Yes. Instant cassettes. They're out in stores before the movie is finished.
Nah.
not.
Here it is, sir. Spaceballs.
Good work, Corporal. Punch it up. That's much too early. Prepare to fast forward.
Preparing to fast forward.
Fast forward.
Fast forwarding, sir.
No, go past this. Past this part. In fact, never play this again.
Try here. Stop.
What the hell am I looking at? When does this happen in the movie?
Now. You're looking at now, sir. Everything that happens now is happening now.
What happened to then?
We passed then.
When?
Just now. We're at now.
Go back to then.
When?
Now.
Now?
Now.
I can't.
Why?
We missed it.
When?
Just now.
When will then be now?
Soon.
How soon?
Sir.
What?
We've identified their location.
Where?
It's the moon of Vega.
Good work. Set a course and prepare for our arrival.
When?
1900 hours, sir.
By high noon tomorrow, they will be our prisoners.
Oh!
Just like an Abbott and Costello bit. It's great how Dark Helmet drinks his coffee through his little speaker in his helmet. And now, with streaming technology, Spaceballs almost predicted seeing a movie before it's done. Also, if you were wondering, in Mr. Rental, it's only Mel Brooks movies like The Producers, The 12 Chairs, Blazing Saddles, Young Frankenstein, Silent Movie, High Anxiety, History of the World Part 1, and To Be or Not to Be. So as the desert turns dark, Lone Star and Vespa start to thaw out their icy relationship and actually like each other, somewhat. However, Dot puts a stop to that before the fireworks begin.
Or kissed.
Abandon ship! Women and mugs first!
We'll have none of that, mister. How far did he get? What did he touch? What did he touch?
Nothing happened.
What the hell was that noise?
That was my Virgin alarm. It's programmed to go off before you do. You get back to bed, miss. And as for you, sex fiend.
All right. Let's all just get some sleep. We gotta get moving before dawn.
Why so early?
Because we're in the middle of a desert, and we aren't gonna get very far once that blazing sun gets overhead.
Nice dissolve.
Water.
Oil. Room service.
Chief, that's it. I can't go any further. I can't go any further.
Come on, Barf, buddy.
No.
Just one more dune to go.
No. You said that 3 dunes ago. I got no more left. Oh, waiter. Check, please.
Let's go on. Let's go on. Oh, my kid.
Well, those were famous last words, as all 4 of them ended up passing out from dehydration and exhaustion the next day under the blazing sun. Lucky for the gang, they are discovered by a group of friendly tiny people named the Dinks, who often like to sing while they're walking, just like the theme whistled on the film The Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh, thank you.
Dink.
Did I miss something? When did we get to Disneyland?
I don't see them, Sanders.
I've sent the troops on ahead to Vector 78, sir.
Good. Let's get moving.
Yes, sir. Driver, prepare to move out.
What are you preparing? You're always preparing. Just go.
Just go.
Yes, sir.
Sir, shouldn't you sit down?
What are they saying?
Well, it's obvious they want us to go with them.
What is this place?
It looks like the Temple of Doom.
It sure ain't Temple Beth Israel.
Come on. I think we better follow him.
Uh-oh. I think we woke it up.
Goodbye, folks. Let me know how it turns out.
Come back here, Dot.
Come on, we gotta keep going.
Did you?
What's gonna happen now?
Don't ask. Maybe it won't.
Well, what if it does? I don't know about you, but I'm all for leaving. I think we get out of here right now. It's good. Wow!
Silence! Who dares enter the sacred and awesome presence of the everlasting know-it-all? Yogurt!
Yogurt?
You're hiding me.
Heard of you? Who hasn't heard of yogurt?
Yogurt the Wise.
Yogurt the all-powerful.
Yogurt the Magnificent.
Please, please, don't make a fuss. I'm just plain yogurt.
But you're the one.
Yes, I am the keeper of a greater magic. A power known throughout the universe as the
Force?
No, the Schwartz.
Schwartz.
Yes, the Schwartz.
But yogurt, what is this place? What is it that you do here?
Merchandising.
Merchandising? What's that?
Merchandising. Come, I'll show you. Open up this door. Come, walk this way. Take a look. We put the picture's name on everything. Merchandising, merchandising, where the real money from the movie is made. Spaceballs the t-shirt. Spaceballs the coloring book. Spaceballs the lunchbox. Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs the flamethrower. The kids love this one. Last but not least, Spaceballs the doll. Me.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Adorable.
Of course, Yogurt is based on Yoda, but his lair is a parody of The Wizard of Oz. Before we go back to Yogurt, we get another great literal joke, which is a funny punchline that I also loved as a kid, when President Scrooge tells Dark Helmet to comb the desert.
Sir,
What?
are we being too literal?
No, you fool. We're following orders. We were told to comb the desert, so we're combing it.
Found anything yet?
Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
It's a big mystery. None of the wise men could tell me what it means.
Wise men, for sure. Wise guys, you mean. What do they know? Here, let me take a look.
You can read it.
No, I was just clearing my throat. Here, let me take a... Oh, yes. Yes, yes, of course.
You understand it?
Yes.
What's it say?
I cannot tell you that now. It shall be revealed to you at the proper time.
Great.
Come on, don't be disappointed. Back to your Schwartz training. Here, take the ring. pointed to that big statue.
Okay, but I still don't understand how I'm gonna lift that big statue with this little ring.
Never underestimate the power of the Schwartz. Come on, concentrate. Here we go. Concentrate. Don't stop. You're doing it. You're doing it.
I can't believe it. The Schwartz, it's working.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, boss! How'd you do that? Wow! Whoa! 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 Oh!
Give me the ring. Give me the ring, quick. Upsy daisy. Upsy marsy. Upsy daisy.
Sorry, Barf.
Keep searching. It's no use, sir. We've searched everywhere.
Wait! I feel the presence of the Schwartz!
The Schwartz?
Yes. It's coming from somewhere down there!
You're right, sir. There's a secret entrance here. And look at this insignia. It's a Y.
Yogurt! Yogurt! I hate yogurt! Even with strawberries!
I'll call for the attack squad, sir.
No, we can't go in there. Yogurt has the Schwartz. It's far too powerful.
But, sir, your ring. Don't you have the Schwartz, too?
No, he got the upside. I got the downside. See, there's two sides to every Schwartz.
Then how are we going to go in there and get her?
We will not go in there. She will come out to us.
So Dark Helmet tricks Vespa into leaving the safety of Yogurt's lair by using an illusion of her father. Vespa and Dot are captured by the Spaceballs. Okay, there's about 40 minutes left and plenty to unravel, including Lone Star trying to save the princess. So if you haven't seen this comedy classic yet, I think it's about time. However, there are far too many great lines to leave out, so let's just play those without going through the plot. You can watch the film in its entirety for all the fun later. I mean, we have to play Dark Helmet playing with his dolls. Action figures for those that still play with dolls.
So, Princess Vespa, at last I have you in my clutches to have my way with you the way I want to.
No, please, leave me alone.
No, you are mine.
Not so fast, Helmet.
Lone Star.
Yes, it's me. I'm here to save my girlfriend. Hi, honey.
Now you are going to die. Psst.
Oh! Hey, what'd you do to my friend?
The same thing I'm going to do to you, big boy. Oh, and you too.
Oh!
Now, Princess Vespa, at last we are alone.
Oh, no, I hate you, leave me alone. Yet, I find you strangely attractive.
Of course you do. Druish princesses are often attracted to money and power, and I have both, and you know it.
Oh, leave me alone.
No, kiss me.
No, yes, no, yes, no, yes. Oh, your helmet is so big.
Lord Helmet, what? You're needed on the bridge, sir.
Knock on my door. Knock next time.
Yes, sir.
Did you see anything?
No, sir. I didn't see you playing with your dolls again.
Good.
How about finding out the code of the air on Druidia? It's also the combination for everyone's luggage.
Wait! I'll tell.
I knew it would work. All right, give it to me.
The combination is 1, 2, 3, 4,
5. So the combination is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's the stupidest combination I ever heard in my life. That's the kind of thing an idiot would have on his luggage.
Thank you, Your Highness.
What did you do?
I turned off the wall.
No, you didn't. You turned off the whole movie.
I must have pressed the wrong button.
Well, put it back on. Put the movie back on.
Yes, sir.
You gotta get that thing fixed. We're back, and we have the combination. London!
What?
We're done with you. Go back to the golf course and work on your putts.
Let's go, Arnold. Come, Gretchen. Of course, you know I'll still have to bill you for this.
Oh, I bet she gives great helmet.
Well, did it work? Where's the key?
It worked, sir. We have the combination.
Great. Now we can take every last breath of fresh air from planet Druidia. What's the combination?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yes.
That's amazing. I've got the same combination on my luggage. Prepare Spaceball 1 for immediate departure.
Yes, sir.
And change the combination on my luggage.
Ah!
Of course, how about the ultimate showdown between Lone Star and Dark Helmet?
Not so fast, Lone Star.
Helmet. So, at last we meet for the first time for the last time.
Before you die, there is something you should know about us, Lone Star.
What?
I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former roommate.
What's that make us?
Absolutely nothing, which is what you are about to become. Prepare to die. You have the ring, and I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. Now let's see how well you handle it.
He did it.
What?
Shit! I hate it when I get my Schwartz twisted. Okay, maybe if I put my leg up on yours, you know, we could split apart like... Good, yeah. Right. On 3. 1, 2, 3, go! So, Lone Star, Yogurt has taught you well. If there's one thing I despise, it is a fair fight. But if I must, then I must. May the best man win. Put her there. The ring! I can't believe you fell for the oldest trick in the book! What a goof! What's with you, man? Come on! You know what? Here, let me give it back to you. Oh! Oh, look at that! You fell for that too! I can't believe it, man! So, Lone Star, now you see that evil will always triumph because good is dumb. Very impressive, Lone Star. Too bad this isn't the wide world of sports.
Use the Schwartz, Lone Star. Use the Schwartz.
I can't. I lost the ring.
Forget the ring. The ring is Bobkin's. I found it in a Cracker Jack box. The Schwartz is in you, Lone Star. It's in you.
All right. I'll try.
Say goodbye to your two best friends. And I don't mean your pals in the Winnebago.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. This ship will self-destruct in 3 minutes.
What's going on? Where the hell are we? Paris?
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. This ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
You've got to stop it. Is there any way to stop it?
I can't. It's irreversible.
Like my raincoat.
Attention! This is Colonel Sanders in forward command. Abandon ship! Abandon ship! All personnel proceed to escape pods. Close down the circuits. Evacuate the zoo. Self-destruct mechanism has been activated. Abandon ship!
Sanders! Sanders, you gotta help me! I don't know what to do! I can't make decisions! I'm a president!
This is your 2-minute warning. This ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes.
Launch all escape pods as soon as they are filled!
What's happening? Where is he?
And of course, there's also a great parody of the famous alien bursting through John Hurt's stomach, as seen in the Alien movie from 1979. That's one you just have to see to appreciate. All right, some fun facts. So part of the deal that Mel Brooks had with George Lucas is that no merchandise could be made of Spaceballs, as it would be too close to the original Star Wars merchandise. Of course, it's also why Brooks lampooned the merchandising angle when in the yogurt scenes. In the original script, the dark helmet costume was supposed to be just one big, large helmet. The Barf costume was operated by 3 people. John Candy operated Barf's tail using a hidden control in his paw, while 2 assistants each controlled an ear. Candy's costume was powered by a 30-pound battery that he wore on his back. So the Pizza the Hut costume really was hot pizza bubbling, and it was very warm for the actor in the suit. So much so that the costume caught fire at one point, and the actor received 3rd-degree burns. So President Scroob is actually an anagram because it's Brooks rearranged backwards. James Caan was the original choice to play Lone Star. However, he was struggling with addiction issues at the time, and he was too expensive to insure. Brooks also wanted Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks for Lone Star as well. Steve Martin was the original choice for Colonel Sanders. I can see that. So Tesla Motors has used Spaceball starship speeds, the light speed, ridiculous speed, and ludicrous speed, also plaid speed, as an inspiration for naming their acceleration modes. In an homage to this movie, Tesla has ludicrous speed for acceleration beyond its insane mode and plaid mode, and over-the-top ludicrous. George Lucas asked that Lone Star not dress like Han Solo, so instead he dresses like Indiana Jones. Barf is portrayed as a dog because Chewbacca was in fact inspired by Lucas's dog Indiana, of course, is also Indy's namesake. All right, 2 guys who absolutely adore this movie is Metal Mike Tyler and Bill Roseberry. So let's have a lot of fun talking to them about this satirical classic, and then I'll be back next week to talk about yet another random movie from my DVD collection. Okay, we're back, and we got special guests, Metal Mike Tyler and Bill Roseberry, joining me on a terrific movie that I know especially Metal Mike will have a field day doing impersonations of. So welcome back, guys.
Assholes. I'm surrounded by assholes.
Before we begin, Brian, there is something you should know about us. I am your father's brother's nephew's cousin's former podcasting co-host.
He's been waiting. He's been chomping at the bit to do this, folks. He's been waiting for years to do Spaceballs.
Lone Star.
Oh, yeah, he has. He has, Brian. That's for sure.
So I remember seeing this movie at the drive-in with my parents. Did you guys see this in the theater? Do you remember? We'll start with Mike.
No, I didn't. For whatever reason, wow. I wanted to, but it just didn't happen. But the great thing about it was it was maybe just not long after that it was released on VHS and cable. And at the time, my he's still one of my oldest friends. He's like a brother to me. I've mentioned him before, Brian Honecker, a.k.a. Big B, who was involved in the Stroke This One-Eyed Jack affair.
Right.
At the time, his mom and his stepdad would take off during the summer and just literally be gone. They would give him enough money to last him the month. And he basically had the house to himself. So it was fucking party central at Big B's, man, especially when you're a teenage boy. And that movie would come. We watched that movie fucking religiously, man, all the time. Obviously, I'm a huge Star Wars fan. And and we loved Mel Brooks. You know, I mean, I'd already made Brian a big Mel Brooks fan because he had never seen Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles until he'd met me. So so yeah, dude, we watched that movie like all the time, quoted it all the time, and I would drive Brian nuts because I remember there were times I would spend the night with him, and really, we're talking late at night. Everybody's asleep, and I would just go, Lone Star, you know, which would piss his parents off, of course. But, oh, yeah, those were the days, man. Yeah.
It was.
So that was it. I mean, really, that's how I discovered it. I mean, I knew about it. I wanted to see it. For whatever reason, I don't know why I didn't get to the theater in time to see it. But it was a regular staple, not just in the Tyler household, but the Honecker household, too.
Right. How about you, Bill? Did you see this in the theater?
No, I did not. And I was actually over at my parents' yesterday, and I was telling my mom that I was coming on here to do Spaceballs, and she rolled her eyes because she hates it. But she said, oh, yeah, she thinks it's stupid. But she said that we have a grocery store around here in St. Louis. It's a St. Louis chain grocery store called Schnucks. Okay. And growing up, Schnucks had a big movie section in it, and you could join the movie club, and you could get free rentals up there and stuff. And so they would always go up, and they would pick out different movies when Dad was off, you know, and we would watch movies on like a Friday or Saturday night when I was a kid, and that was how I picked that out one time. It was my turn to get to pick out a movie, and my mom was like, "This is what you want to watch," and I was like, "Yeah," and it was the free rental that we had gotten from renting movies. So we went home and watched Spaceballs, and she just thought it was ignorant as all get out. But my dad and I loved it, and I mean, she's like, I love John Candy, but that's the stupidest. So what is he? He's like a bear or something. I said, oh, it's a Mog. He's a Mog. Yeah. He's a Mog. He's half man, half dog.
Yeah. So did she not like Mel Brooks movies before that?
No, she liked Blazing Saddles.
Okay.
And
Frankenstein?
I think she does. I don't know. She's not real big. Like, she hates Naked Gun.
Okay, so she don't like Airplane either, though, does she?
No, she's all right with that. I think she liked Blazing Saddles, and I think she likes Airplane's okay, but she's not really big on slapstick.
She wasn't really big on Leslie Nielsen doing that because she remembers him as a serious actor.
Yeah, she doesn't like Leslie Nielsen doing that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, my dad and I would watch Naked Gun all the time. I mean, that was probably bigger than Spaceballs for us when I was growing up. But Spaceballs was a good one because I love Mel Brooks. I mean, in my collection, I've got History of the World Part 1. I've obviously got Young Frankenstein. I've got The Producers. I've got Blazing Saddles. I've got Robin Hood Men in Tights.
Sure.
Which she didn't like that one either. And then I've got Spaceballs. I think that's all of them I have. But yeah, I mean, I think he's a genius. I think he's absolutely brilliant. I mean, he wrote some great comedic movies, you know, in his career. So, and this is one of them.
Yeah,
I'm a Star Wars fan too, you know.
What I love though is it's not just Star Wars. They make fun of all these science fiction movies. I mean, Star Trek and Alien and Planet of the Apes. Oh man, it's just great, dude.
Yeah, of all the movie satirists, he's got to be at the top of the list.
Absolutely.
I mean, for you guys, what about his parodies work so well on screen? We'll go with Bill.
I mean, it's he's not afraid to make fun of himself, like you know. The way he makes fun of Judaism and himself and makes fun of race and everything. I mean, and then just the silly stuff, like in Robin Hood Men in Tights when Prince John's mole moves in every single scene. And then they bring stuff like
just
that
like
up.
Igor's hump goes from side to side.
Yeah. And at some point they end up minching it. They cross over that level or whatever and say something.
They break the fourth wall.
Like have a mole?
Break the wall, and it's just hilarious. I mean, one of my favorites in Spaceballs is when he tells them to go comb the desert.
Oh, right.
And you got all the white guys are out there. They got a big comb, and they're out there combing it. And he's like, "What about you guys?" And it shows all the brothers, and they got the pick. And it's like, we ain't found shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think it's just so hilarious.
You know, and it's stuff like that, like those little like scenes. They stick out the most. Those get huge laughs, and Brooks was brilliant at that.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. I mean, and then even the song stuff where he'd make fun of that, like
Bridge on River Kwai,
like in History of the World Part 1, the Inquisition. What a show, the Inquisition. Here we go.
It's fucking hilarious.
It's great. They're making fun of one of the darkest times in world history like that. It's just great.
I think Mel was a big believer that you laugh so you don't cry,
Sure.
And the fact that, look at the producers. What a brilliant.
A Jewish guy made that.
Yeah. Springtime for a Hitler.
Get out of here. And just his line. I know he does. He's, because the thing about Mel that makes him so great also is he will collaborate with his actors and stuff. Like, people need to remember that the original draft for Young Frankenstein was actually written by Gene Wilder, and a lot of the jokes that Gene wrote stayed in the script. Like, I think him and Mel made a tremendous team. Like, don't get me wrong, Gene did a lot of cool stuff after that, on his own. But I've always thought that those two kind of brought the best out in each other, because even the producers, that was Gene's big film break, man.
For sure.
He was great with Zero Mostel, who was brilliant, I love Mel. I just don't think there's enough that can be said about him. He's a national fucking treasure as far as I'm concerned.
Treasure.
He is one of the greatest satirists to ever do it. Like you said, the thing I love about him is he knows what all good comedians know, or anybody who's even done any kind of comedy. Like, I did stand up for a while. Nothing is sacred. Nothing is sacred, and everybody can be made fun of. And I'm kind of glad that the pendulum is finally swinging in the other direction, and that these fucking pussies just need to grow a spine and get over themselves and quit taking themselves and everything else so seriously.
And another thing about him, too, is, his roles where he acts himself in there are some of the greatest ones.
Dude.
Yogurt is great. And,
President Scroob.
President Scroob. I couldn't remember the name. Yeah.
Which, by the way, is Brooks spelled backwards.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. He's brilliant. His acting was great on top of everything else.
Yeah.
He's just as funny as the main comedians are in these movies.
One of my favorite parts, and it's only a small part in the producers, is when he's the dancing Nazi that goes, "Don't be stupid, be a smart. Come and join the Nazi party." It's just hilarious.
Well, you go back into
it's good to be the king.
That too. Yeah, it's good to be the king. Mel is the man as far as I'm concerned.
Well, 2 points that came from your guys' answer. One, talk about collaborations. If you think about Blazing Saddles, Richard Pryor was one of the writers on Blazing Saddles.
He was supposed to play the part that Cleavon Little played,
and it was too much of a wild card because he was on drugs, so they couldn't use that. But they obviously used his input when writing. The other part is, you mentioned the songs. In Spaceballs, they used the parody of the Bridge Over River Kwai song, which it's that they're saying dink dink instead of the whistling. So it's really just timeless stuff. We'll kind of wrap up this portion of Mel Brooks on this. Where does Spaceballs rank in his filmography for you guys? We'll start with Mike.
That's a good question. I love it. But I would have to rank the producers and for the three, for sure, producers, Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles over Spaceballs. I love Spaceballs, but for me, those three are higher on the list.
Got it. How about you, Bill?
It's fifth for me.
Okay.
It would be number 5. Number 1 would be Blazing Saddles. Number 2 would be Young Frankenstein. Number 3 would be the producers. And number 4 would be A History of the World Part 1.
Okay.
And then Spaceballs.
Mine is, if I'm going to rank them, as much as I love Blazing Saddles, I'm going to go Young Frankenstein number 1. And I'll tell you why. It was the first Mel Brooks film I ever saw. My dad took me to the theater to see when I was just a little guy. I loved it. I thought it was hilarious. And also, as a child at that time, I would watch Chiller Theater on Channel 11, which was like the local St. Louis station. And they would always show all them old Universal monster films. So to me, it was like, I remember when I went to see it, that's what kind of I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't. I thought it was going to be serious. Like I thought, oh, Young Frankenstein. Oh, this is just another Frankenstein movie. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, but I'm like noticing it's funny, you know, like with the whole, I know it's pronounced Igor and all that, and everybody, and I'm going, oh my God, this is brilliant. And it was filmed in black and white, just like the Boris Karloff.
The originals.
So I was like, oh, great. And then of course I saw Blazing Saddles shortly after that and loved it. And then it would be, so for me, it would be Young Frankenstein #1, Blazing Saddles #2, and then The Producers #3, History of the World 4, and then Spaceballs 5. That would be my, yeah. So pretty close to Bill.
Yeah. You know, Brian, too, I do a lot of trivia nights, have for years, and I'm always emceeing them. And one of the things that I have as a category usually, so I like to do audio categories, and I'll do movie quotes. Mel Brooks has been, you know, he's a staple in those. I mean, all kinds of stuff, you know, all those movies. It's so easy to just find such iconic quotes that you can play and get an entire room full of people at a trivia night just hysterically laughing when you play it.
Well, I play a lot of Mel Brooks films on my radio show in between songs, you know, from Spaceballs to Blazing Saddles to Young Frankenstein, you know. So I'm a huge fan. Yeah.
So I think I personally revisit Spaceballs more than any other, actually more than Star Wars films, to be honest with you.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just partly, you know, timeline and everything. Do you think that Spaceballs actually helped Star Wars gain even more fans than before? Because, you know, you got to remember, this is still somewhat early in 1987 in the days of home video. So putting out even a parody of Star Wars might have actually helped keep the public remembering how great the original trilogy was.
Oh, I'm sure it did. Yeah. I'm sure it did. You know, it may have been some little guy who's younger, might have been their introduction to Star Wars.
There you
go. They went and watched the other ones, and it wouldn't surprise me, dude. It wouldn't surprise me. But that's one thing I loved about it. Also, is the whole merchandising part with it's just hilarious. You know, and,
because Star Wars merchandise the shit out of their stuff.
That's right.
Everything. So, and of course, that's making fun of that portion of it too.
Yep. Well, and what's really weird is if you know your film history, you know how that happened, don't you? Lucas was supposed to get paid a director's fee.
Right.
You know, and he turned it down and said, I would rather have ownership of any sequels and merchandising. Now, he said, he goes, I know people think that I was like this ruthless, shrewd businessman. He goes, I didn't know Star Wars was going to blow up like it did. He goes, I did that mostly because that way he was worried that he wouldn't be able to finish the other films. So he'd have to do it himself and probably do it on a lower budget. Right. And if he owned it, he had control over it. He had power over it. Well, when the movie, and he was so, pessimistic that when the movie came out and it had a huge weekend, he's like, well, most science fiction films open up pretty big, but let's wait and see what happens. And then, of course, within a month after it come out, people are still going in droves. That's when he was like, oh, wow. You know, so then it enabled him to do what he did with the sequels and everything else and become – I mean, it's like that documentary, Empire of Dreams. It's so true. I mean, it all starts with Star Wars.
Well, just talking about the merchandising thing, I mean, they revolutionized the action figures.
Yep.
What Hasbro did, what they worked on there, and what Hasbro did, making it smaller and everything.
Kenner,
I'm sorry, I said Hasbro. Kenner, yeah.
Well, it's Hasbro now. Hasbro bought Kenner out,
that's right. Yeah, Kenner. I mean, what they did with those toys was revolutionary.
It was.
Yeah, and I had every single one. I've sold a few of them off as I've gotten older and made a nice, pretty penny off of it. But I still have quite a bit of.
I've got all of mine still.
But I've started selling a little bit of it off.
For me, though, I remember at the time, because most action figures before that were 8 inches. They were the Mego action figures, which, again, interestingly enough, Lucas shopped Star Wars to them first, but the guy who owned Mego at the time.
Right.
Was out of town, and his son was there, and he's like, yeah, no, we got Star Trek. We don't need this.
Right.
And when the dad found out, he went ballistic, you know, which I don't know exactly how they would have done it. how are you going to do the spacecraft for 8-inch figures? It would have been a lot more challenging to do.
And that was one of the things that
at that point in time, though, Mego was the action figure company, man. Like, they made toys for Marvel and DC, something you're never going to see nowadays.
Right.
They made Planet of the Apes, Star Trek. I mean, you name it, they did it, man. They were and what's funny is the grandson of the guy who owns Mego has brought the company back, and they're actually making new action figures, which just blows my mind. Everything old is new again, I guess.
Yeah, always. And I'm glad you guys brought up the merchandising, as you may or may not know. So Mel Brooks had a deal with George Lucas, and you guys kind of alluded to it, that they couldn't make any merchandise off the Spaceballs stuff, which is kind of a shame because I would have loved to have the yogurt doll, like the one where you pull the string. But this is also why Brooks kind of like tongue-in-cheek, he lampooned the merchandising angle in the yogurt scene. So I think Lucas had a good sense of humor about that, but they really couldn't merchandise off Spaceballs, which in a way is a shame. But anyway, let's kind of...
See, I kind of wish George would have made a deal and said, all right, dude, you can do that, but I want a slice of the pie.
Right, right.
Everybody's happy.
Exactly.
Who wouldn't have wanted a yogurt action?
Exactly, yeah.
Let's be with you. That'd have been great.
Or Barf. Yeah.
Or Dark Helmet.
Or Dark Helmet.
Yes.
Or Pizza the Hut.
Been the best merchandise of all.
So you guys just rewatched the film. So what scenes are still your favorite, and was there anything new you picked up on? We'll start with Bill.
When they introduce yogurt's great. I mentioned it earlier, the part of combing the desert. The asshole scene.
Yes.
The part with most of the Dark Helmet scenes, the part where Dark Helmet's playing with his action figure. That one's great. When Lone Star shows up and he's like, I see your Schwartz is as big as mine. I mean, stuff like that. Let's see how well you handle it. Yeah. I mean, all that stuff's great. When they cross the wall and show the movie, and we went too far. What part of the movie is this? Well, this is what's happening right now.
That part is a trip, man. And they're like going back and forth.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite parts.
Yeah,
in fact, I have that scene audio-wise for my radio show.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that's happening now is happening now. But what about before? That was then.
Yeah. You just missed it.
I mean, that's probably right off the top of my head, most of my favorite. And then Pizza the Hut. I mean, so nasty. But
it's so great.
Yeah, that's great too, though.
Go ahead, Mike.
Oh, yeah. Of course, everything Bill mentioned, I absolutely adore. I mean, the whole assholes. I'm sorry, sir. I'm doing the best I can. It's just great, man. I love that scene.
Keep firing, assholes.
I love some of the scenes Bill didn't mention. The alien parody with John Hurt, brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, not again. And then he starts doing the whole Michigan J Frog. Hello, my baby. Hello,
yeah.
Hilarious.
That's great too.
Of course, my brother Mark, one of his favorite parts being that he's a huge Planet of the Apes fan. He loves all the movies. He loves the new ones. He loves the classic ones. The only one he wasn't a fan of was the Tim Burton version.
Okay.
He thought the makeup and everything was beautiful, but he didn't. And that's one. The story, the ending made no fucking sense whatsoever. Mm-hmm. But I'm digressing. But the part, of course, where you see the Spaceballs ship and they ride up and it looks like the statue. What are those things coming out of? And they're even talking in their English. What are those things coming out of a nose? Spaceballs. Oh shit! There goes the planet.
Yes.
Great. I mean, just there's so many great one-liners too. Like of all the princesses we had to rescue, we had to end up with a Druish princess.
Right.
Great. Just, and of course the part with the dolls.
Druish princesses, much like podcasters, are attracted to people with money and power, and I have both.
So what is you can only have one. Who's your favorite character? And then after that, let's just talk about the cast and in general, like just the brilliant casting of the various characters. We'll start with Bill.
Man, you put me on the spot here. My favorite character.
Only one.
I mean, I'm gonna have to go Dark Helmet.
Okay.
I mean, Barf would probably be a close second, but yeah, Dark Helmet.
Okay.
Rick
How about you,
Moranis
Mike?
is phenomenal.
Oh, he is, and that's every time you see him on screen, it bums you out that he doesn't act anymore. Yeah.
Well, I heard part of the reason for that. My dad watched a whole biography thing on him. His wife had died suddenly.
That's right.
and he decided he was going to take care of the kids, you know, and he gave up acting. Which I mean, by that point in time, he had made so much money that he didn't have to worry about it. I mean, the Honey Eye blew up, destroyed the kids or whatever they were. There was a bunch of them made him so much money, but Dark Helmet.
The answer should be obvious, Brian.
Dark Helmet, of course, but Yogurt. I love Yogurt, and I really like. Well, of course, you know, Barf was great as well. Well, all of them really. I mean, Daphne Zuniga is such a cutie. Yeah.
He said you had to pick one, Mike.
I knew that was one. Then one would be the only one.
Well,
and my movie, Bill.
My point about Rick Moranis is like, even if he had come back in a small role, like in the Ghostbusters movies that just got, you know, the two recent ones, he would have been great if they had brought him back, you know, for a little bit. And I think they asked him, but he's still in retirement. One of the things about Bill Pullman, we'll talk about him now. They originally wanted James Caan to play Lone Star, but he was dealing with some addiction issues at the time. And then Mel Brooks also wanted either Tom Cruise or Tom Hanks. I don't think those would have worked. What do you guys think?
No. Bill Pullman is Lone Star. He's just perfect for it. And what's interesting, though, is Bill wasn't really known as a comedic actor at that point in time. He did mostly, even since then, most of his films were more on the serious side. He didn't really do a whole lot of comedies, but I thought he fucking did great myself, man.
That was my introduction to Bill Pullman. I'd never seen him before. So, I mean, I think Tom Hanks probably could have pulled it off. I mean, he can pull off just about anything he wants.
And he was doing comedies at the time.
But James Caan, I think, would have been too old by then, and I don't know if he would have been good.
No, I don't see that
Bill,
at all.
That doesn't.
And Tom Cruise doesn't work for me either.
Bill Pullman was great in it, and I mean, it's probably to me one of his best.
Even though Tom can be funny, man, he was great in Tropic Thunder. As that character.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, I think it's one of Bill Pullman's best performances. Most memorable for me personally. I mean. Malice, I like him in that.
Oh, he was great.
He was great in that. But most of the stuff besides
he's a character actor.
Spaceballs have been serious, dramatic roles too.
Yeah.
And I mean, he was great as Lone Star.
He was also great in his film debut was actually in Ruthless People, which is also a comedy,
which I've never seen.
Oh, you got to check that out. It's a great movie.
He was in Sibling Rivalry too, and he was really good in that.
Never seen that either. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, with Kirstie Alley? That's a good movie, man.
Yeah, it's a dark comedy.
Yeah. Carl Reiner.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, he's underrated.
It's a good movie.
So it was just announced that there's a sequel being written by Josh Gad for Spaceballs, and I just can't get excited by it, even though Mel Brooks has given his blessing to it. You know, I'm hoping if they're going to do it, at least Josh Gad brings back Pizza the Hut and actually plays him too, because the likeness isn't far off. But is there any chance in hell this potential sequel could be any good? We'll start with Mike.
Oh, jeez. I mean, I don't know, Brian. I'm always kind of with you sometimes, like when it's been that long, and the fact that you don't even have John. Who's going to play Barf? Is Barf even going to be in it? I mean, that's a tall order, man. I mean, the longer you wait, it is harder. I'm not saying that it's impossible. There have been a few movies that I know they've done it and pulled it off. Blade Runner 2049 came to mind. Like, I thought they're going to do a fucking. Gotta admit, now I don't think it's as good as the original, but I felt like I was in that alternate future, you know. So I think I mean, I never want to say never, because you just never know, man. Like, I got to be honest with you, and I haven't watched it because, believe it or not, I'm not a huge fan of the original, and this is going to be blasphemous to some people, but I've still not seen Maverick. But my God, was it a huge success?
Sure.
I mean, everybody that I've talked to, well, you didn't like it, but you're the only person I've met that didn't like it, dude. I mean, everybody I've talked to loved it.
The fucking 80-year-old fucking midget bitch is on the
here we go.
Beach, out on the beach outrunning people that are like 40 years younger than him. Get the fuck out of here. He's jumping out of chicks' windows like he's fucking 18 years old.
You know, I mean,
grow up.
He is Tom Cruise, dude.
No, he's a narcissistic old fuck.
Yeah, Bill is obviously not biased against Tom Cruise at all, Brian.
I love a lot of his movies until he plays. He thinks too much of himself. I don't think much of him personally, but I think he's a good actor. He's been in a lot of great movies. But
sure,
I feel
the same way.
I'm sorry.
Tom Cruise must have anally raped his mom.
Top Gun anally raped my mom
while pouring sugar in his gas tank.
Top Gun did, not Tom Cruise.
I feel the same way that you feel towards Alec Baldwin. Brilliant actor, absolute piece of shit human being, but a brilliant actor. I can still watch his films.
He is a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Alec Baldwin is just a horrible, horrible person. I do agree with that. But also, I think he's fucking overrated. I mean, he's been good in a few things, but I don't think he's that great. He's all right.
Well, look, just for Glenn Ross alone, that scene, I don't think anybody else could have played that. So
because he was an asshole, dude.
You know, I
act.
Absolutely,
Malice. It's great.
Yep. He was great in Malice.
He's in that. What's the line when they're talking to him about you have a God complex or whatever?
Let me tell you something. Yeah. Who do you think they're praying to? You know, I have a. You know, he lists all his accomplishments. Right. And he's like, I don't have a God complex. I am God. And of course, her line: ask God how many shots of bourbon he had before he.
Right.
But I
love that twist too when you find out they were. Yeah, that's a whole other movie though.
Anyway, get back to what you're talking about with the sequel. My 2 cents. Mike and I were just talking about this last night because I was over at my parents and my dad wanted to watch his favorite all-time movie, so I watched it with him again, which is American Graffiti.
Okay.
And I've never watched more American Graffiti.
Terrible.
And that's what Mike said too. It's terrible. And we started talking about. I remember when they had a big. Hubbubaloo about Anchorman. Will Ferrell was going to make They wanted Anchorman 2, and people were going online and asking for it, and they were pushing for it. And when it came out, it's terrible. It's awful. Yep. I cannot stand the second Anchorman. I am nervous about this sequel to Happy Gilmore that's coming out. And it's been so long. I mean, I'll probably watch it, but most of the time when they wait that long,
it was the magic.
They lose it.
Well, there's that, and then there's this other thing. Some movies just don't have any business having sequels.
There is no right.
I mean,
there's no. What's the sequel going to be in Spaceballs? It pretty much wrapped up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, for me, and that's another thing. Like, if Rick Moranis is retired from acting and he's
John Candy's dead,
I don't want to fucking see
Mel
that.
Mel Brooks is 100 years old. I mean,
Joan Rivers is dead.
That's what I'm saying. I'm just like, what's the point? Personally, I hope it doesn't come to fruition. I'm just
Dick Van Patten is dead.
Yeah, just leave it alone. Yep. Just leave it. There's certain things you don't.
Yep.
Look, and I know Hollywood's sequel happy, and I don't have a problem with sequels if it's based on like a series of books where there's more than one. I don't have a problem with sequels if it's based on a long format story like comic books or animation. But I do have a problem with sequels when it's like, okay, like for instance, The Hangover 2 wasn't that bad. But did we really need it? And The Hangover 3 was just totally sucked. The Hangover, though, was great. There's certain movies that you just don't need to bother making a sequel to.
No, and that's where the money comes in. And
the money and the greed. And and most of the time, like I said, I'm not anti-sequel. I think it all depends upon the property and the IP and what it is. But, I mean, I know they've done a whole History of the World Part 2 miniseries or whatever on Hulu. I've not watched it yet. I know Mel was involved.
It's on Amazon.
Is it Amazon? I thought it was Hulu.
I thought it was Amazon.
But my point that I'm trying to make, and it might be good. With Mel being involved, it might be good. But it's still kind of like...
Well, look, none of his films have ever had a sequel. So why start now? If Josh Gad was so creative, he should write something original and new. There's no need to rehash it. I'll give you 3 movies that, these films are not remembered at all, the sequels, because the originals are such classics. You have Caddyshack 2, which was absolutely pathetic. Blues Brothers 2000, same thing. And The Sting 2. Those are 3 classic movies that everything that needed to be said had been said. And to go back, years later and try to create a sequel, to recreate the magic is just stupid. So I think Spaceballs 2, or whatever they're going to call it, is going to be closer to Blues Brothers 2000 because you're going to be losing people that were vital to the original film. So
for sure, I agree.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I don't get it. You know, I mean,
you do get it. You do get it. It's all money and the right ideas.
And maybe this guy's heart's in the right. Maybe he's just a huge fan of the original Spaceballs. I don't know. I don't know that guy. I don't even know who the fuck he is.
You know who Josh Gad is?
No, who is he?
He's kind of this fat.
He looks like Pizza the Hut.
Yeah, he looks like Pizza the Hut.
Oh yeah. Okay.
No, he's here. I'll show you a picture of him.
He was in. Did you ever see the movie Pixels? He was like the nerdy younger kid that Adam Sandler kind of befriends. Yeah.
Oh, no, okay. I know what you're gonna know him from. Remember when we watched the movie with he was the lawyer in that Thurgood Marshall movie we watched.
Oh yeah, okay. I mean, he's a good actor, but why is he? I don't know, man. Son, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't ruin your career. Don't ruin
your Have you seen Marshall, or is it Marshall or Thurgood?
I thought it was just Thurgood.
With Chadwick Boseman, where he plays Thurgood Marshall.
I have not, but like Boseman is like the go-to biopic guy between Jackie Robinson and him and James Brown. He was great as James Brown.
Right, but he did Thurgood Marshall too, and Josh Gad was in that, and he did a great job in that movie. But you know that's the best thing I've ever seen him in. But
yeah, he should just stick to being Olaf. He can stick to being Olaf in Frozen. How about that? Yeah. So he's a good voice.
Is that what he was into? I've never even seen
that's
Frozen.
probably where he's made most of his money, I would assume. Right. Anyway, guys, thank you for doing this. It was great to kind of revisit. Mike, can you give me something to go out with from Dark Helmet?
I can't believe you fell for that. The oldest trick in the book. What's with you, man? Good is dumb.
Yeah.
Can you give a plug for Damn Good Movie Memories if I'm on the right side of evil?
This is Dark Helmet, and you are listening to Damn Good Movie Memories, even though good is dumb.
That is perfect. That is a good one. Thank you, guys.
No problem, Brian.
If you enjoy this podcast and are an iTunes user, please do the show a favor and head on over to the official iTunes page for Damn Good Movie Memories. Be sure to leave a rating and a review. This will allow the show to appear higher in the algorithm and spread the joy of this podcast to the masses. If you are not an iTunes user, you can still listen and subscribe on Podbean at damngoodmoviememories.podbean.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook under our Damn Good Movie Memories page. You can also listen to a limited number of episodes on YouTube. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and be sure to tune in next week for an all-new episode of Damn Good Movie Memories.